Alright, what we got here is the Zalman CNPS5X CPU cooler. I'm going to be using this to replace the stock AM3 cooler in my machine right now. That thing is awfully loud, especially since I'm using a 125 watt processor. So hopefully the CNPS5X can do something better. Well, you can't read that, but not very much powerful cooling performance, direct touch heat pipes, no noise and vibration. Oh, that's interesting. Optimize heat pipes and aluminum fins, minimize noise with 92mm anti-bearing fan, tool-free installation. Okay, and there's the back. It's got a few more specs on it: 320 grams, pure copper and pure aluminum, noise level 20 to 32 decibels, plus or minus 15%. So let's have a look at the box. There's a side, bottom nothing. There's a side, and there's a top. It says easy installation, direct touch heat pipes, PWM control, 3 heat pipes, and enter bearing. So let's have a look at it. Alright, manual on the top. Okay, we'll look at that later. And oops, what is this? Oh, it's like 2 bits. There's the fan. Oh, 3 bits. Something's just fallen out. Okay, so we got the fan in this plastic wrapper. We got this ring, which doesn't look like an AMD thing. I think it's probably for the Intel chips. And yeah, a bag for the thermal paste and some pins. I think the pins are for the ring for the Intel chips. We'll look in the manual in a moment. So here's the fan. Let's get it out. Oops. Packaging. I can already tell it's much lighter than the old fans that I used to use. But those were huge twin fan 120mm tower coolers. I chose this because I chose the Zalman CNPS5X because I went to a MATX case, so I couldn't fit anything that big. And this 92mm fan I think would do quite nicely. So here it is. There's the fan on the front. I'm sorry that it's not focusing. There's the copper base, and yeah, it looks like the AMD style system for attaching CPU fans. You got the 2 latches on the sides and some screws. Might not be toolless after all. But yep, there's the fan. Huge heat sink on the back with 6 heat pipes. Oh, 3 heat pipes. It just bends over. It looks like 6. And so I'll put that down and have a look at the manual. Precautions, don't worry about that. Components. Yeah, you can see this ring thing is on the Intel chips. There's the AM. Oh, there's only 2 pages of AMD installation notes. Put the paste, attach the fan. I am quite happy with that. So let's see what we can do. I'm gonna move my camera so you can get a better view at the CPU. This is very unprofessional. You can't tell at home because you hear that plastic. My camera is resting on a loaf of bread. Okay, let's see if I can get this to know. Nope. Nope. Alright. So there's the old fan. Let's see if we can. Let's move these cables out of the way first. Come on. There we go. Oh, damn my cable management. I tied these 2 cables together to make it a little bit more neat. Okay, so where's the... I had to take this cable out actually, since this cable is the one for my CPU fan right now. So I'll put this away for a while. Oops. There we go. And let's see if there's anything else nearby. Nope. Alright. So one thing that you should know about changing CPU fans is product placement. Now, I like to use alcohol pads in order to get the thermal paste off the CPUs. I tended to use the 60% alcohol preps that you tend to see for clinical use, but I don't have any of those, so I'm using clear aerosol. Hopefully it works just as good. So I've unlatched it and I'm going to pull the fan off. Forgotten how to take these fans off. Supposed to push and pull. There we go. I think it's being held in place by the thermal paste right now because the latch is loose. So let's see if I can pull this off. Yep, it's coming off. There we go. There's the stock AMD CPU fan with its thermal paste. And comparing it to the Zalman, I mean, first off, you can see the fan. Well, actually, it's only marginally bigger than the stock AMD cooler. I'm not sure what this is. I think it's an 80mm. Could be a bit smaller, but yeah, the Zalman's 92, definitely a little bit bigger. They're about the same height. Well, depending on what you think. This could be the height on the Zalman, standing up like this. But well, oddly enough, I think the AMD cooler is heavier than the Zalman. I don't know if you can see, but the fin density looks a little bit more on. Actually, no, they're about the same. AMD on the top and Zalman on the bottom. But anyway, let's just get to installing this thing. So I'm going to be putting it like this so that the fan blows out backwards that way. So, see how we go. Typically I would lie the case flat, but then it will make it a little bit more tricky to record. I'm sorry, what you're seeing most of the time is my hand, but I think more than anything else, this is more proof that you can install this fan on the NZXT Vulcan, which is a tiny case, and a lot of people tend to prefer the Corsair H50 for their more advanced cooling needs, but I prefer air cooling just as a matter of preference. So here it is again, clear as so, and you're just going to use this pad to wipe off the residual thermal paste. I'm pretty sure I'm going to catch some flack for using this. Some people are probably going to say, you know, you're going to damage the processor. Use water, or I don't know. I tended to use alcohol all the time. I think you can use alcohol. I've been doing it all this while. And the great thing is that it dries up, so you're less likely to short something. Is that?